I'm Santiago Lastra, and this is the Great British Chef's Signature Series. There is literally almost nothing that I love more in this world than Scottish scallops. It's just like unfair how good they are. I've been actually up in Scotland fishing langoustines with the suppliers. I've been trying my best to understand the source and how people interact directly with the ingredients. And that also gives you so much inspiration. So yeah, in my bucket list, going to dive scallops. Hello, we're in Cold Restaurant, and my name is Santiago Lastra, and today we're gonna make a raspado of scallops with beetroots. So raspado is a traditional Mexican dish that is actually street food. Shaved ice that we finish with a chili syrup, and normally it's eaten with fruits. But this is our savory version that we do with scallops, beetroots, and a syrup that is made with guajillo chili and roses. So let's get to it. We have some things that are already prepped. We have some golden beetroots that we bake. You can have steamed beetroots or boiled beetroots. You can buy them already cooked, and then we just cut them. So then that's what we have here. It adds just nutritional value. Well, my mom told me to eat vegetables, so then I just want the guests to eat vegetables, and I like vegetables. So, and then we have some kohlrabi that is literally just peel, dice, and then we just put salt on it, and that's it. You will normally have like a plate of jicama, of this Mexican radish with chili powder and lime juice in where I'm from Cuernavaca. That crunch and refreshness just really reminds me to that. And then we have samphire, just to give some sort of beach crunch. And then we did a paste of sesame. This is like our homemade tahini. Sesame and almonds toasted and then blended with some water and chilies. Amazing. That's really good. Oh, and a syrup that we made with just the beetroots, the trimmings. We blend them and then we mix them with some brown sugar and chilies and a little bit of rose vinegar. But you can use any cider vinegar, any vinegar really that you have. It's pretty straightforward. Just put it in the pan, mix everything, and then you have this syrup. All right, so next step, just gonna prep the scallops. The actual scallop is a mussel, and that's why they are so sweet and amazing. So you can see just like with the scallop, just releasing that mussel without breaking it, that will open naturally our scallop, you see? So the scallops actually, they are alive, and then these ones are their eyes. So if you think about it, they're like looking at you like this. This is the muscle that they use to open and close and swim. The other parts, you can also use them for something else. But at the moment, we're only gonna use this muscle here, the white part, the white sweet part. Next step, cutting the scallops. So we're gonna take the scallop. So what you can do is just separate the scallop, basically the center of it, from the other parts of it. So everything is coming out. And then the center will stay stick in the shell. It's still attached to this. So then if you actually you wanna bake it, you can just rinse it and then bake it straight in the shell. That I really like that. But we're gonna eat them raw. So just with the spatula like this, comes out, you see? If you see here, you have this one. So what we're gonna do, you can just do it with your hands and just release that muscle. And then now you have the very beautiful clean scallop in there. All right, so then we clean the scallops, and then now they're gonna look really beautifully bright. That's what we want. And then I literally just gonna cut them in half, like this, and then in half again. We don't do lots to the scallop, but we make sure that they are super fresh to get a beautiful product. That is where the real challenge of having a restaurant works, because you need to be open every single day for lunch and dinner for loads of people and make sure that these scallops are fresh and perfectly sweet and beautiful. To source and to speak with the producers and to make sure that everyone has the respect. That's the challenge. Okay, so we're ready to build our dish. We're gonna put our mole of sesame. So we're just gonna make like a little kind of round edge of that. And then dress the scallops and the beetroots with some fermented gooseberry juice. Instead of adding fermented gooseberry juice, you can always add the lime or any citrus really that you have. And then after that, I'm just gonna put a little bit of chili. This one we do with charred habanero. So beetroots first, put them in there. Just kind of like spread them in the plate. Then our scallops. It's important that it's nicely spread out. Then look at this. You're gonna put loads of salt. Look. You see? And that's even not enough. Just put more. That's the secret. Loads of salt. When the ice melts, it's gonna season everything. Some of the juice. This is just literally the juice where the scallops were set. And then after that, just gonna add our diced salted kohlrabi and our samphire. Just, it doesn't have to be like the most beautiful presentation because you're not gonna see any of this really. And then after that, we're just gonna literally pour the ice on top and that's it. So the next step, what we're going to do is to shave the ice. In Mexico, we will have a big block of ice and we will shave it with something that looks like a cheese grater, but the granita that you get is quite rough. At home, you obviously can just get some ice cubes and blend them in the Vitamix or in your blender. In here in the restaurant, we go a little bit more to the next level, and we have this machine. It's a Kakigori machine. The ice needs to be room temperature for this. Well, yeah, I mean like, not the ice being room temperature, but being set room temperature for a while. Otherwise, it's just too hard. And then the idea is that you just go like this, and then the ice will shave. Our head chef, Ben, he bring it from Japan, all the way from Japan, in his suitcase. And then he told me like, man, I have this machine. I was like, okay, let's do a dish. What this machine does is kakigori. That is the Japanese version of the raspado, really. Obviously, the Japanese have better plates than the Mexicans, so that's why we'd rather to use it. Like that. And that will be the dish. So I'm gonna add the guajillo chili syrup with roses. And then that was gonna dress the ice. A pinch of salt. So there we are. We have our raspado made with scallops, beetroots, shaved ice, and a syrup that is made with guajillo chili and roses. Let's try it. Wow, it's been a while that I've tried it. It's so good.